I'm here at Internet of Things World in Europe with Donald Sullivan from Johnson Controls. Donald, you spoke earlier on industrial IoT. What key points did you cover?
Oh, we covered a lot of things. So from an industrial IoT point of view, that's really interesting for Johnson Controls. We're a big industrial company, more than 30 billion in revenues, and we work in 3 industry-leading spaces. One is in power, so car batteries and also batteries arrays for buildings. The second piece is in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems and building controls, and then fire and security. So we've got a lot of different sensors at play in those 3 different lines of business. And for us, that's where the Internet of Things becomes very relevant for us. How do we connect data from the edge? Where do we compute that data? Where do we do the analytics? Where do we store it? How do we privatize it? How do we secure it? So that's a huge global network of billions of sensors that we have. So Internet of Things is really interesting for us as a company.
What recommendations did you make to industrial IoT executives in the audience today?
Yeah, so again, it depends on the end user environment that you're working with, but I think there's a few common themes that will recur. One is that you can't do all this stuff by yourself. You have to find other partners to work with. So we work with cloud services providers that are partners. We work with telecoms providers that are partners. And then we have a lot of the design, manufacture, and install of the sensors that we use in our various business. That's pretty captive within Tyco. But we also work with other installers because not everything is new construction. You may do retrofit, and in a retrofit situation, you're with multiple vendors and multiple solution providers. So you've got to find a way to play with that ecosystem, with other providers, but at the same time provide that safety, security, and protect your customer.
And what IoT projects is Johnson Controls working on right now that really excite you?
Ones that really excite us, I think in the energy space, in the building space is what's really interesting for us more than anything. If you look at the growth in world population and if you look at the urbanization of that population growth, then you're going to need smarter and more efficient buildings to deal with it. And that's really a big and important play for us. If you look at the energy that buildings use and how you reduce that carbon footprint and the energy consumption, well, how you do that is by matching the energy need in a building to the population that's within a building. So how do you know how many people are in a building, at what time, and where they are, and what's the energy draw, and how do you provide ideal working conditions for those with a minimal energy footprint? And that's our core business. And so that for us is really, really interesting, really exciting.
Like you said, environmental concerns are a high priority for Johnson Controls. How can IoT and smart city technology help us save the environment?
Oh, it can help us in a myriad of ways, and it is very important. For us, when we look at a building, reducing its carbon footprint is very important. We look at it from a design perspective, initially with the building owner, and make sure that we're designing to a high in environmental bar, to a gold or platinum LEED standard. But then after that, you want to look at the operating condition of the building. So you want to make sure you're putting optimal gear into that building that's going to control that building, allow you to manage and monitor it remotely, and making sure that you're doing that in a minimal energy usage way. And we're able to do that because we're able to sense exactly the number of people, the energy draw that we get from an electricity point of view, the water that's consumed within a building, and then also you look at the energy generation systems that we have. So we integrate with smart lift systems, which are energy generating. We integrate with grid systems like solar panels, etc., that are energy generating. And we're able to bring all these different feeds of data together and make sure that we're managing the environment and controlling the environment within the building that minimizes environmental impact.
Sounds great. Thank you, Donald.
All right.